Thank you everyone for joining for this info session. I'm glad that we have a substantial number of participants for this event and the interest is quite good. My name is Vera Dimitrievska. I'm part of the Fund for Innovation and Technological Development in Skopje, North Macedonia, and I'm together with my colleague Iskra Muishin. Today we'll give information about the recently, actually the call innovation vouchers for the Western Balkan, which is the part of the framework of the project Western Balkan Innovation Vouchers Policy Answer Project, Research and Innovation Policy Making for the Western Balkan economies supported by the Horizon Europe. Firstly, I will give basic information for the project and for the call. Couple of minutes, and then my colleague Iskra will continue with the eligible activities and the cost and the whole process for the application of this call. So this is the project facts. Actually, as I said, it is called Policy Answer, where this call is a framework under this project. Research and innovation policy making and implementation and support of the Western Balkan economies. It is funded by the Horizon Europe Videra program 2020 Access. The project will last 48 months, which started in March 2022 and will end in February 26. The project is composed of 14 partners plus wide stakeholder network. These are the project contacts and our websites, but as Desiree, my colleague, mentioned, that all this info will be available online and also will be sent to your emails as well, so you can get the presentation and the video of this info session. These are the partners of the project. So coordinator of the project is the Center for Social Innovation from Austria. So the main Western Balkan economies that are part of this project are from Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, and Austria, Croatia, and Germany, Italy as a part of the EU are also part of this project. So main info about this scheme, Western Balkan Innovation Voucher, is actually a simple direct financial incentive that are used by the companies to cover part of the cost of the services which are provided by research and development organization in order to intensify the volume and dynamics of the development of the products and the services, as well as their placement on the market. The main goal of this scheme is actually to encourage cooperation between enterprises and academic and scientific research institutions in the direction of implementing innovation activities. Thus, the enterprises should increase their competitiveness. So the vouchers can be awarded in the field of science and technology with a priority given to green and digital transition within the evaluation criteria. As you know, these are the main let's say, areas that we are giving priority for the projects. The innovation voucher scheme is aligned with the smart specialization strategies that are actually adopted in almost in all Western Balkan economies from 2023 until 2027, which focuses on their respective main priority domain. So, for example, in North Macedonia, there are certain domains that are priority for the context of this project, but for example, in other countries of the Balkan economies, there are slightly different domains. So the scheme can be used to transfer scientific, technological, or innovative knowledge that is new to the company, or to solve a technological problem that will be identified by the company. So these are the eligible activities that should be considered for the application when you apply for this call. Development of new or improvement in terms of function and quality of existing products, processes, or services, proof of concept, feasibility study, production of lab prototypes, manufacturing demonstrational prototypes, different types of tests in lab or production plant, validation of technology, validation of new or improved products, processes, or services, development and introduction of special software for a product or process within the product development, and international property rights, intellectual property rights, and technology transfer. Next slide. What are the eligibility criteria for the applicants? It should be a legal business entity registered as a micro, small, or medium-sized company, users of the innovation vouchers, and should be registered in any of the Western Balkan economies, at least 51% privately owned, and incorporated under the current respective company law, registered at any Western Balkan business registration agency and located in the Western Balkans. In terms of the geographic eligibility, Western Balkan economies are North Macedonia, Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina. So these countries actually are eligible for the applications. The applicant may receive a maximum of one voucher under this public call, but more than one application for innovation voucher can be submitted by the same applicant referring to this public call. Only the highest scored application can be awarded. Applicant must be matched with previously funded public service provider and submit all application documents in the name of the both entities. The service provider eligibility criteria are that eligible entities are the public sector higher education institution or public sector research and development organization, which can be at least 51% directly or indirectly state-owned, registered in any of the Western Balkan economies, incorporated under the current respective law of higher education institution, or a public sector research development organization, and accredited by the relevant ministries in the relevant Western Balkan economies. The companies registered in any of the Western Balkan economies are companies that are predominantly owned by the public sector, higher education institution or research development organization. Specific areas of use are research and development, technology development, testing, etc. The applicant and the service provider must be from the two different Western Balkan economies. Financial aspects of the vouchers are actually the total budget for this goal is 240,000 euros. The single voucher can cover up maximum 80% of the total cost as a service provided by the research organization, with a maximum amount of 80,000 euros. The value added tax is a cost that is not eligible for financing, but is calculated in the total amount. The recipient company should additionally cover the cost of VAT if applicable. The recipient of the voucher is obliged to co-finance the remaining amount of the total cost of the service, which is at least 20% of the total amount of the invoice, including the VAT of the total costs. In the contract signed between the Fund for Innovation and the companies will be pointed out the precise amount that funds should pay for the service provider. The support granted to business entities through innovation vouchers, regardless of their legal status and the way they are financed, will be granted under the minimus regime, aid from the state. So the recipients are obliged to act in accordance with the regulation of the list of the state aid rules in the respective economies. So now my colleague will continue with the criteria and all necessary facts about the applications.
Okay, we will continue with the validity period of the innovation vouchers. Innovation vouchers must be used by the recipient within a period of up to 9 months from the date of the contract being signed with Fund for Innovation and Technology Development and the recipient of the voucher. There is option to be extended of 1 month only under exceptional circumstances based on the request of the company if the fit the accesses that the reasons stated in the request are justified. Ineligible costs for the innovation vouchers, you should take into consideration this eligible cost, repayment of interest or debt of another party, costs and commissions for past or possible future losses of debts, coverage of losses due to currency exchange fees and penalties, expenses for entertainment and catering services, creation of business plans and economic appraisals, sales activities, standard website or mobile application development is also ineligible cost, staff recruitment costs and migration costs, purchase of land or buildings, including renovation. Other ineligible costs are export activities, then annual patent maintenance fees, cost for consulting services provided by the owner of the recipient company, rental or business premises, cost for procurement of equipment, cost for carrying out activities previously funded but other sources are not eligible for funding within these innovation vouchers. Application process, how it goes, on the website or of the web page of the project, you can find the open call and download the documents that is needed to be filled, that are project application form with included statement of company, applicant, and financial offer that should be fulfilled by the service provider. They should be filled in, printed, signed, scanned, and then uploaded when you submit the application. All documents should be filled and submitted in English language on the apply button on the page. Document explanation. The innovation voucher application should be completed, printed, signed, stamped, and in the form that is downloaded, and should be scanned in PDF format. Current status of the company is one document that you need to provide, the company should provide, that is legal form, by the respective institution in the Western Balkan economies. Here in North Macedonia, that document is providing the central registry. The document should not be older than 6 months from the deadline of submission of the application stated in the public call. Financial offers, that is the second document from the service provider, should also be signed, printed, and scanned in PDF format, which must contain the specification of the service according to the needs stated in the innovation voucher application, name of the service providers, and contact person responsible for the requested service. Financial offer for service with VAT expressed as separate cost if applicable, and deadline for completion of the requested service. In one application, the applicant company may include a maximum of 2 service providers. Evaluation criteria and approval of the innovation vouchers. All received applications that have passed the administrative check will be appraised by the evaluation committee consisting of 3 members. The evaluation criteria are relevance of the service to the objectives of the call, that is 20 out of 100. Level of innovation, 30 out of 100. Quality of the proposal, 30 out of 100. And impact on green or digital transition, 20 out of 100. The highest ranking applications will be awarded funding until the available budget will be absorbed. Payment modality. FITD will make 2 payment installments directly to the bank account of the service provider, an advanced payment of 30% of the awarded amount once the contract is signed and the company submits a proof of payment of minimum 20% of the total service amount. Here, that is the amount with included VAT, because FITD could not pay that cost. A final payment of 70% of the awarded amount once the company submits a confirmation that the service from which the innovation voucher has been granted is delivered to the company, and the company submits the final report. According to this information, the committee confirms that the innovation voucher has been diligently implemented. About the general data protection and intellectual property rights, the general information on the data protection is laid out in the innovation vouchers guideline for our applicants. That is in the 13th section, general data protection. The beneficiary will process personal data under the agreement in compliance with the applicable EU, international, and national law on data protection, in particular Regulation 2016/679. About the intellectual property rights, the company recipient and the service provider should manage any international intellectual property that may arise in the framework of the implementation of the innovation voucher. The deadline for submitting the application is 20th of November 2024, 9 more days at 4 p.m. Don't wait the last day because there is a procedure for application, and we always say that you should submit your application on time and do not wait until the last moment. Additional information if you have an open question, you can find on the frequently asked question section on the website, on the Western Balkan Info Hub site, or if you have other specific question, you can ask us on the innovation vouchers, fitr.mk. That is the presentation. Now I open the floor for questions, or if you have any unclear moments regarding the Innovation Voucher call.
Thank you for your presentation. This is Alba Skandai from Metropolitan Tirana University in Albania. I just wanted to ask, and I've written in the chat, the question regarding the SMEs. What are considered, according to these specific calls, in terms of size and revenues, SMEs? So what do you consider SMEs in terms of size and revenues? Thank you.
Sorry, I have problem with my throat. In terms of the size and the revenues, we haven't specified in the guidelines. So any SMEs that is considered as a small, medium enterprise can apply.
Thank you.
And then we have another question. Can service providers be research institute? Yes, they should. There is specific stipulation in the guideline what is considered as a research institute and how they should actually be eligible for this call. If we go, let me check. It should be 51% state-owned, as I understood correctly from Iskra. Yes, Iskra? Universities and research institutions, high education universities or research and development institutions. So if you follow the presentation on the, I will check now. I will explain more in details what means. So eligible entities or research institutions are sectors, public sector higher education institution or research development organization that are at least 51 directly or indirectly state-owned and should be registered of any of the Western Balkan economies, incorporated under the current respective legislation, let's say, on higher education institutions, and should be accredited by the ministries of relevant in the Western Balkan economy. So whether it's the Ministry of Education, sometimes can different type of ministries are responsible for this higher education institutions, but mostly it's Ministry of Education and Science. If I understood correctly your question, if I answered it. And then let me check. Yes, if I understood correctly, SME and the service provider must not be from the same country, right? Yes, right. It should be from different Western Balkan economies. For example, the company can be from North Macedonia and the service provider, the research institution can be from either Kosovo or Albania, Serbia, or Bosnia-Herzegovina. Can a tech ed company apply for the grant? Yes, I think. Can be an NGO be a provider? No, as we have mentioned in the presentation about eligibility, so it should be medium and small size company in cooperation with the higher education institutions. Let me go down. The company shouldn't be older than 6 months from the deadline for submission of the application stated in the call. Is this a typo mistake? My colleague Iskra will explain how that works. It's not a typo, but it from the deadline of the application.
No, the should be not the company, but the current status document should not be older than 6 months. There is no criteria for how old one company can apply on this call.
So a service provider can't be from EU.
Sorry, can I ask a question about this, your response? I posted this. Is it okay if I say something now?
Yes.
So I found this, the company should not be older than 6 months from the deadline for submission of the application stated in the public call. This is something I received on your previous webinar PowerPoint presentation. I copied from there this sentence. And as I understand this sentence, it means company shouldn't be older than 6 months from the deadline for submission. So a company can be only very young, if I understand this sentence correctly. So can you write this sentence correctly or now, so that we understand what we need to do? I didn't understand from your response now what you actually said, because it was not clear when you said it.
Just a second. While Iskra is trying to give you proper answer again to this question, I can answer to, so a service provider can't be from the EU. Yes, the service provider and the higher education institution should be from the Western Balkan country, not from the EU. For Ankel, we are looking at the presentation, how that it is actually written, or whether it is our mistake or we can check. Just a second.
Regarding this 6 months misunderstanding, here's the here's the public call on the website, and on the application process for the current status of the company, the document. This current status should not be older than 6 months from the deadline of submission of the application. As I said previously, the how old a company is not a criteria for application. Is it clear now enough?
Yes, now I understand, but if you want, I can send you your presentation. There is a mistake on the presentation, so maybe you should correct it there.
Okay.
If you will see it. But on what you showed now on the website, it looks correctly, and I can understand. So this is a document. So which, how do you call this document?
Which presentation was there?
I can send you, just a moment, I'll try to send the print screen, if I can. But I received this presentation on the after last webinar. It was PowerPoint presentation. It's a PDF file.
We will resend the new version.
Thank you very much. Can you also clarify this document? How is it called? This is a document which proves that company is registered or active, or what? Or it's just company registration document that shouldn't be older than 6.
This is a Tekovna Sostovo. It's called, I don't know how it's called in other languages, but that's why we translate it as a current status. In Macedonian is a Tekovna Sostovo. That is actually issued by the central registry institution in the country.
So it's a document which proves that the company is registered, yes?
Yes, that it's private company, private owned, that is small and medium enterprise. That informations we are taking for the companies from that document.
Thank you.
I hope we answered to your question. Any other questions? I think everything was clear, or if you have additional questions that are not provided in the presentation, or facts or information, you can check on our as Iskra said, on the Western Balkan Info Hub webpage on the frequently asked questions, and constantly we are answering every day on our innovation vouchers at fitra.mk from the interested applicants for this call. So you can drop up us any question that is related to this call, and we can provide the answer in next 24 hours. So we have still time, almost more than 10 days till the deadline. So we encourage you to apply, and you can search for a service provider or a company or vice versa to make the application for this call. So Angel, did we answer to your question, or?
Sorry, yes, I said thank you. I meant thank you. You answered my question. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your question on the email. So yeah, we can answer also, make reply also to the email that it is. We can correct that in the presentation, and we can clarify also via email about this. If there is no another questions, then we can close the info session. And as I said, anytime you can drop a question to our query to our email, and meanwhile we can try to respond to that one.
I have one more question, if possible.
Yeah.
Can you maybe a little bit try to explain what are the main priorities of this call, or these funds are meant to support mainly technical projects, or it can be something else as well?
Yeah, mainly.
I mean, technical in terms of digital technologies, or there will be also value in projects, recognized value in projects that are not essentially digital.
As I said at the beginning, when I gave the presentation, the vouchers can be awarded in the field of science and technology, but with a priority given to green and digital transition within the evaluation criteria. So still, the call is aimed for science and technological projects, and let's say this technological circle of kind of project. It could be also, as I had a question, deep tech, and also, but the shift can goes to digital transition and the green agenda. Everything that is considered the green agenda, digital transition, can be eligible for this call.
Okay, I have one more question, if possible. Can you also clarify a little bit more on the term green agenda and digital transition? Because it's a big field. So what is your focus on? Like, or maybe you can give examples of successful projects in the past, or in general, just try to clarify on this term, digital green agenda or digital transformation.
Yes, these priorities actually are considered as the top priorities from the European Union, but also I can provide you, if you like, I can put it in the chat, or we can send by email or Google it, the EU Western Balkan Green Agenda. So over there, you can see all the fields that are related to the Green Agenda. So I can give you a couple of hints or points, like decarbonization, then the waste management, and it can be also biodiversity. It can be also, I don't know, different topics that are related to water, land, something like that. So if you Google it, or if you like, I can send you the Western Balkan Green Agenda, and according to that, you can inform yourself what it is considered under the Green Deal or Green Agenda. Yeah, if you mean that. For the digital transition, yeah, everything that is related to digital or to deep tech, then it's digitalization in education, digitalization in every sense in health, and in any sphere, it is considered that digital or AI, I could say. So these are my understanding. You can, when you read it, you can also perceive it from different perspectives. So for the digital, so be creative and find yourself in this goal.
Thank you very much. Your previous explanation about Green Agenda is you directed very good. You said that I can read the document, which is a European Green Agenda. So
For the Western Balkan, yeah.
For Western Balkan, yes, I already wrote it down, so I can Google that. But you were not so clear about the digital agenda. Maybe there is some document that you can direct me where I can find a framework for this term. Because if you just say term without the framework, it's hard for me to understand what you mean.
Okay, I can also find a certain document that is related to the EU procedures, and then I will also provide you with these two documents in order to familiarize yourself or internalize it with these two concepts.
Thank you very much. Yes, that would be very useful. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, the slides will be emailed, no problem at all. We did it on the first info session a couple of weeks ago, and we can do it now as well. Okay, if you don't have any question, we can close the session, and the two documents that I have mentioned before, a couple of minutes ago, I will try to send it to you as well.
Thank you very much. I wish you good health.
Thank you a lot, and good luck with the applications.